Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. It's been a long time, but it's nice to see you guys again and be talking to you guys again. I apologize for my unexpected leave of absence. I had just a lot of things in my personal life to do with. That's not an excuse, but I really want to get back into making content for you guys and just being able to channel myself through like fashion, beauty, like all the lifestyle stuff that I normally do for you guys. And I hope that my content is up to par. I have a lot of ideas for you guys. If there's anything specific you'd like to see, please don't hesitate to ask. But with all that being said, I thought that the first video back should be something simple and not crazy, and I just wanted to kind of sit down and talk about things in front of the camera with you guys. So I decided just to do I guess it's kind of like a monthly favorites, but it's June 7th when I'm filming this, so it's not really like, it's kind of the start of a new month, so I can't really say that they're June favorites, but so I'm just gonna say that this is like my current favorites. And these are things that I've been loving either for a while or have recently come to love them. I just wanted to share them with you guys. Maybe you'll see something in there that you decide you want to try. I definitely, obviously recommend all of these products. So let me know what you guys think. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe before you leave here. And I say let's just get right into it. So I don't have too much in the fashion category. I tried to keep each of the categories kind of small just so that we could get to it. No need to blabber on, even though that's what I'm best at. So this is a little fishnet. I don't know if you guys can see. It's a little fishnet top and it goes all the way down. It's a long sleeve fishnet top. And this is I got it off of Doll Skill, but it's from the brand Current Mood, which I actually believe is a Doll Skill brand because it has their name on the other side. I don't really know if it's a brand of its own. Anyways, I have these in a few different colors. So I have it in pink because I just wore the pink one recently. And then I believe I have it in black as well. And I'd love to pick up some more colors. It's just such a versatile piece to have. And especially when you have it in multiple colors, especially neutrals, it is so easy to layer and to be able to like accessorize and further boost your outfits. So what I like to do is I'll just wear this underneath with like a vest, like a sweater vest or any kind of vest like that. And it's perfect for just the heat that we're having right now. You know, it's summertime, it's July, so it's like peak heat right now. So just being able to, because I love layering. I love winter fashion, fall fashion, love being able to layer, and I think it really works in terms of like making your outfits just that much better. However, obviously in summertime, it's not the best time for layering because you want to still be cool. So this is one of the ways that I've found that has been so easy for layering is just this, a sweater vest, you're good to go. And then you can wear it with a skirt, you can wear it with jeans, you can wear it with shorts, anything like that. You are good to go, and you can match the colors to literally whatever you want. They have a ton of different colors on their website. I did get these ones in particular on sale. I don't know how much they are normally, but I'll definitely be sure to link everything in the description box so you guys can check it out for yourself. And one of my favorite parts about these is very specific, but they have thumb holes. Isn't that sick? When you're wearing it, obviously you know how thumb holes work. You stick your four fingers out here, your thumb out there. It's pretty basic. We all went to kindergarten and learned how to put mittens on. However, it's just that much more elevated for me. I love things that have thumb holes because I am, you know, like if I have a long sleeve shirt on, long sleeve like sweater, whatever, I'm somebody who just always pulls it up to like right here pretty much on my fingers. And I will just like do, you know, the Ariana Grande like petite girl thing where they pull the shirts up super high and then they don't ever pull them up. They just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know why I do it. I just think it looks cute. So anyways, so I pull it up over my hands like that. So when things have thumb holes, it's so much easier because then the work's already done for you. You don't have to pull it up, and you don't have to keep pulling it if it's like, the sleeves aren't long enough or anything like that. You literally just have to wear this with thumb hole, and it's automatically like that, and I just think it looks so sick. It almost makes me feel like I'm wearing some kind of like costume. How some like female baddie superheroes have costumes that have like the thumb holes, or they have gloves or something like that. I just think it's so cool. Like, I think Starfire, how she has like the ring around the one so it like connects. It's giving Starfire with this. All right, I have a few examples of this next item. So what it is claw clips. I love claw clips. I've been wearing them so much recently, especially in the summer, but it's just such an easy way to just get your hair out of your face. Something that I personally like to do, because my hair's pretty long and it's pretty thick. So what I do is I'll tie it into like a ponytail, just like a loose, like middle of my head ponytail. And then I'll take the claw clip and I'll pin it up like that, and it gives like a claw clip ponytail. And it is so freaking cute, and it's so easy. Like, I can literally just like walk out the door, and as long as I have a hair tie on my wrist, which I usually do if my hair's not up, I literally can just quickly tie it, put the claw clip in. I keep one of these in my purse. I keep a white one in my purse at all times, or like a beigey, cream color, because that usually matches whatever I'm wearing, but black is another really good option too. So I have like these ones that are just pretty basic, they're just medium size. This one almost kind of looks like a butterfly, so that's cute. But then I also have a couple of like specialty ones. So I have like this one, which I don't know if you can see, has like daisies all over it. It's just clear and has daisies, so that one's super cute. This one is, I will admit, I got it from Tilly's, I believe. This one is not the best weight-wise, like with holding up hair. So this one is more for like, if you ever want to do like a half updo with a claw clip, that would be ideal for this, at least for my long and thick-haired girlies, because it starts to pull apart. And I don't know if you've ever used claw clips, but if you have too much hair in them and it's too heavy, they'll start to like slowly lean back, and they're like pulling at your head, and it like causes a migraine. So that's how I know that it's not holding my hair properly. The other one that I have that is really fun is a little flower. It's just a little black flower. I don't use this one quite as much because it's kind of an awkward design it's cute, but it's an awkward design to tie, like to pin back your hair, because when you do it like this, then it's just like a black flower like sticking out of your head, So I wish it was a little bit more, I wish that the claw was like on one of those sides. That way you can see it from behind instead of it being like this and like sticking out vertically and you can't really tell what it is. So nobody steal that idea, because I'm gonna make that. And it's gonna make billions of dollars. The last one that I wanted to show as an example is one that's a little bit better about holding hair. So I showed you the clear one with the daisies from Tilly's that I don't think is the best at holding hair. Now we have this one, which I wanna say it's from Target. I'm pretty sure it's from Target. But it's another black one, of course, basic. It's so big that it usually can hold all of my hair just by itself without having to have a ponytail, or it's good for if you want to if you don't just want a claw clip ponytail, but you want it to be like fully pinned back, like business queen, like getting shit done. Just twist your hair like within your finger and then pull it up, and then you use this big bad boy and pin it like that, and then it'll stay in that kind of like spirally design back there. And I just think that is so cute. I love that look. That's like the very like clean girl aesthetic, and it's just so cute. I don't usually do it that way just because I feel like mine never look right. Like, I feel like mine, whenever I do like slicked back hairstyles, I just feel like I look kind of like a naked mole rat, and other girls look like super cute and fierce. Just wasn't the way I was built. What can I say? So the first thing is a makeup product, and this is definitely not new by any means, not even really new to me. I just realized that I don't really talk about favorites very often, so you guys don't know what I use like regularly. So this is new to you guys hearing it, that I use it. But this is the RCMA, the original No Color Powder. They had like a rebrand with their packaging. It used to look a little different, but this is exactly how it sounds. It's a no color powder. So it's pure white, it's translucent. It does provide a little bit of a white cast. So if you're someone who can easily look ashy, I would not recommend necessarily using this like all over your face because it can provide like kind of a grayness or dullness sometimes. But it's one of my favorite powders actually to use under the eyes, on places that I conceal, just pretty much all over. I try not to use too much. That's why there's not a ton gone, because it can be really drying. And I have dry skin, and I'd prefer to have kind of like a glowy look rather than a super intense matte look. Some people like it. If that's your jam, go for it. It's definitely, a little bit goes a long way with this product. So I also use it sometimes to sharpen right here. I mentally am still in 2016 and I'm still baking sometimes, like when I contour. So sometimes I use it for baking and then I can just brush it away, but it's like the ideal powder for that. And I think personally, it's a great alternative to the Laura Mercier translucent powder. It's a lot cheaper. You can get it on Amazon, and if you have Prime, you get that overnight shipping. And you don't have to buy it as frequently because it comes in such like a big tub, like it almost looks like a spice jar. Whereas the Laura Mercier obviously is more in like a compact kind of style, and it doesn't come with as much. I also am a big fan of the e.l.f. Halo Glow powder, but for similar reasons, I don't use that one as often. Love the way it makes my skin look. I just go through it so quickly because there's not a lot of products in there. All right, next we have this Revolution, Makeup Revolution Eye Bright Corrector in the color light to medium. This I love this stuff. Like ever since I tried it for the first time, I got it from Target and I love it so much. First of all, can we talk about how pretty the packaging is? I just love anything rose gold, pink, just like, and then the frosted glass. It looks so bougie and professional without being very expensive. Like I don't even remember. I want to say this was like $8, honestly. Like it wasn't expensive at all, and I love it. So as you can see, I've taken a good chunk of it out. Like there's like a giant crater in the middle of it from where I've taken it. But it's inexpensive, and not only, I don't always love to say like, oh, it's good for the price, because I want you guys to know that these products are just good regardless of the price. Like I would choose this one probably over a high-end one, and I've tried some high-end ones. I like the Bobbi Brown corrector, but this one is just so easy to use. It's easy to get, and it really just makes my under eyes so glowy. So I'll use, a primer, I'll prime my skin, and then I'll go in with this before I go in with foundation. And if you struggle with dark circles like I do, it just so beautifully corrects around the eyes and takes away all that darkness, because it's like a salmon color, which is the way that you're supposed to color correct darkness and hyperpigmentation. You block out purple with orange or salmon. That's, color theory, we all know. So I'll go in with this just on like a really kind of like a concealer brush, but it's not like a pointed concealer brush. It's just kind of like almost like an eyeshadow blending brush. It's kind of like square and almost kabuki-like. And then I'll just blend it all out underneath my eyes and anywhere I get like that darkness around there. So I usually put a little bit on my eyelids as well, just to cancel out the darkness so that my skin is all the same color. And then when you go in with foundation, it's gonna look so much more cohesive, even brighter. I still do go in with concealer over top of my foundation as well, because that's just, I'm a full coverage kind of girl. I don't really like that natural shit. I just like to get to the coverage and make myself look as perfect as possible. That's the goal for me. All right, the next thing is not a makeup product, but I would still classify it under the beauty section. So this is the Yves Saint Laurent Black Opium perfume. And I want to say something that can represent the smell for me. Everybody has like their smells that like either bring them back to a time, or they just trigger something in them that they just love. And there can be negative smells too, obviously, but this is just one of the scents that when I smell it, I don't know how or why, it just brings me back to the happiest time in my life. Like it makes me feel so blissfully happy, and I have no idea why, but it smells so good. And as you could see, I have gone through this entire 3 ounces of this perfume. and I would keep buying it, but it is very expensive. It is a YSL perfume after all, but it smells so good. It's a little bit more like deep and warm. So if you don't like warm scents in yourself and you're more of like a fresh or clean, you probably won't like this. But for me personally, I think it smells so good, and it smells so good on my body composition personally. You know, we all have different body compositions. Different smells smell either good or bad depending on your body composition. It's just the way it is. But this one, I love the smell of off of my body, and I've gotten tons of compliments of it on my body. So it's definitely a ride or die for me. Okay, next is my favorite of all time concealer. So this is, I showed you my corrector that I like to use under my foundation. These are the concealers that I use on top of my foundation. So after I've applied foundation, I will go in with these. So obviously I think you could tell that they're different colors. So this is the shade that is closest to my skin tone. So this is I just realized I didn't even tell you the product. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. Has a little stripes top like this, and it is often sold out when I go to the store because I think everybody has realized how amazing it is. I love this stuff, been using it for years. But this is L400 Classic Ivory, and I use this to conceal any spots. So if I have redness, or if a place is looking particularly dark or something, or I just have, a pimple, then I will use this color because it matches my skin tone really well, and it's going to look the least obvious on my skin. And clearly, I'm going for subtlety. So I'll use this on any of my blemishes. I also kind of use it to conceal, you can't see it obviously under all my makeup, but I do have pretty prominent freckles, so I kind of use this to conceal those a little bit too. There's nothing wrong with freckles. I think freckles can look super pretty on some people. Just for me personally, and for the look that I'm going for, I just don't think they look very good on me. So that's that color. And then the second color that I will go in with is a lighter color, which is L200 Light Ivory. And I will take this one and use it to highlight the high points of my face. So first I will go under my eyes once again, like we covered, and I will just conceal under there to kind of brighten up my under eye. And then I'll typically take it like in the middle of my forehead, down my nose to highlight a little bit on my Cupid's bow, and then on my chin. I usually will go in on my smile lines as well. And I never used to have this problem, but like recently, within the past year or so, I've just been having such dark smile lines, and they tend to like crease really easily. And I have no idea why. I never used to have this problem in my life. It just looks like so smooth all around, but now I have to put concealer on my smile lines to get them to like look cohesive with the rest of my face and to brighten them up, because they just look weird. I don't know why. Maybe it's just in my head, but I'm gonna keep doing it because I think it makes a difference. So I use the light one for that one as well. And then I'll just go in with powder, and that'll be that. That's the base, Speaking of primers, this is one of my favorite primers of all time. And as you could tell, I'm not really, now that I'm looking at it, I'm not really that much. I do have high-end makeup products, don't get me wrong, but like I tend to go for the ones that I can rebuy the quickest and rebuy the cheapest, Like I just tend to go for stuff that is quick and easy just to get for rebuy, or usually if it's on Amazon, that's kind of ideal because it's easiest for me just to press order again on my Amazon, or even do like, the subscribe and save thing where you get like 5% off or whatever. That's easiest for me. So this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. Now I know everybody and their mother has been talking about this stuff, and it's for a good reason. I personally have never tried the Charlotte Tilbury, I believe it's like the Magic Glow liquid filter or something like that. Glow filter, I don't know. It's very similar to this, and it comes in a very similar packaging to this, but it's, triple, quadruple the price. So I tried this one because everybody said that it was a good dupe. And even without ever trying the Charlotte Tilbury one, I can tell you that I love this stuff. Now, it's definitely not, some people wear it as foundation. That's just not my vibe. I don't wear, clearly I like full coverage, so I wouldn't really wear like a glow product. For me, this is just a perfect, I have it in shade 2, which is Fair Light. And I just put this right underneath my foundation as a primer, and I just, blend it in with my fingertips, and it just provides the most beautiful glow from within. Like, it provides like such a dewiness and a glowiness. And so far it has worked underneath every single one of my foundations, which is kind of rare because sometimes certain primers work with certain foundations and sometimes they do not mix well at all. And this one has just been perfect underneath every single one because it doesn't really do too much to the skin in terms of like, it's not a pore filler or anything like that where you're going to have to deal with texture issues and foundations being the same texture as the primer. This one is simply just to boost the glow of your skin. So it's almost more like a skincare product. Obviously you wouldn't use it for that, but it's almost more like that because it just perfectly goes into your skin and just makes it more glowy to prepare the face for makeup and make it just a more glowy base overall. Love this stuff. Okay, next is the only high-end product I have to talk about, which is the Bobbi Brown. This is the Perfectly Defined Gel Eyeliner, and this is in the color Chocolate Truffle. And this is just a brown liner. As you can see, it's just a little gel tip liner. And I love eyeliners like this. I'm not a big kohl pencil girl. I think that it has kohl pencils have their place. I think that kohl pencils are really good for like maybe smudging out the waterline, or maybe like if you're going for like a super grungy kind of look, I really like that. Other than that, kohl pencils don't really have a place for me. Like, I don't really like to put them in my waterline just because they have to be sharpened so often. And I've just had experiences where they cut my eye, and I wear contacts, so they can cut the contacts. It's just not a fun time for me. So a smooth eyeliner like this is ideal to use in my upper and lower waterline and just really kind of like ring out the eye with eyeliner and create more definition for when I'm doing my eyeshadow. This shade in particular is really dark brown. I sometimes will go with brown, sometimes go with black, sometimes I'll do like a nude or a white on the bottom part of my eyes. It just depends on what I'm, going for that day. But this one is a pretty ideal color because if I'm not sure if I want to do brown or black, it's kind of a perfect medium because it's so dark brown that you're still kind of almost getting that edginess of like a black liner without having the commitment of wearing a dark black liner around your entire eyes, All right, now I have two palettes to show you guys. The first is a face palette and the second is an eye palette. So starting off, and they're both from the same brand. So the first palette is a face palette by ColourPop. And this is the Just a Flush Cheek Palette. And it looks like this, really cute, and it's pretty compact, it's pretty small. So this is perfect for people either A, traveling, or B, just starting like their makeup journey or makeup collections or anything like that. It's so ideal and it's so easy because you just have, you have the contour shade and you can obviously get it. I'm pretty sure they have other colors as well. So this is just the color story that works best for me, but you can use the bronzer and then choose a blush depending on how intense you want to go with it, or you can use both if you want to make it more blendable on your cheeks. You can go with the lighter shade first and then go with the darker shade after, and it'll just be easier to like blend into your cheeks. And then of course the highlighter. I actually really love ColourPop, including all of their face products. I just think they work so well and they're so blendable. And these colors in particular on my skin are not so intense that they're like, it's so dark that once I put it on, I can't do anything with it because that's kind of a pet peeve of mine. They're very creamy and they're just the right amount of pigment where I think that they would be perfect for, like I said, beginners, because sometimes when you're working with something with too much pigment and you're just starting out in makeup, speaking from experience, you can just go way too heavy-handed right away and just end up with something that you don't know how to get rid of because it's just stuck on your face basically now. Just a cute little palette like this that's easily blendable is ideal in my opinion. And I just love ColourPop's formulas when it comes to most blushes, most bronzers, and I have never been disappointed by a ColourPop highlighter. So as you can see here, they are swatched on the back of my hand. As you can see, that dark blush would be ideal for like my skin tone. The light one just doesn't really show up as much for me, but it could be a good base for the blush. Or even if this is like the only makeup thing that you buy, this could be a really good like all over lid color if you wanted to do it as eyeshadow. And then of course we've got like the bronzer. I don't think I go like too crazy with bronzer most of the time, so that one's ideal for me because it's kind of light. And then you've got just the perfect highlight. Oh, it's so freaking pretty. And it's just so easy to work with, and I just really recommend it. It's a cute little quad. It doesn't cost very much because it's ColourPop. You really can't go wrong, honestly. Next is the eye palette, and like I said, this is from the same brand, so ColourPop, and this is the Cloud 9 palette. Isn't that packaging so freaking pretty? And then here's all the colors it comes with on the back. So it's a 12 pan palette, and the pans are pretty small, but I'd say they're like, I don't know, they're pretty decent size, I guess. They're not like tiny. This color story, I just am obsessed with, okay? So I've been loving this palette. I reach for it pretty much every day. I love, first of all, I'm just somebody who loves working with cool tones. I don't know why, I just like the way that cool tones look. I like the way they look on me. I like the way that they look on others most of the time. I just really like cool tones. So this is really speaking to me already just based on the fact that it is a more cool tone palette. And then it just has everything that you need. You could just take this and be set. You've got, you know, your light right here, you've got like your transition shade over here, you've got a black, you've got like these darker browns, and then you've got a few shimmers and even a glitter to play with. What I like to, one of the most used shadows in this palette for me is these two right here. I don't know why, but in all my palettes, it is so hard to find a pure white, like a pure white shadow. For a while, I had to use like a white liquid liner. I had to use like a white, you know, kohl liner, stuff like that if I wanted to have like a really bright inner corner, or if I wanted to like just have a really bright like eyelid or anything like that. I don't know why it's so hard for me to find. Maybe it's just the palettes that I have, but this white is so pigmented and so nice. And then if you layer this on top of that, you're gonna have the brightest, you know, color ever, and I just absolutely love it. This one is a good little champagne-y color right here. And this one, this light brown, like I said, I usually go pretty light-handed with it and just use it as kind of a transition shade, and it works really well for that. These two colors are kind of more like gradient in terms of like, they're very iridescent in the way that they glow, and they look one color, but then when you put them on, they kind of like transform into another color. Not drastically, but I just think that they're super cute. You've got the black if you want to do any kind of wing or any kind of smokier look. Same with this dark kind of purplish gray color. And then you've got these two shades just to help deepen up the look overall. Literally a go-to palette. Can't say enough good things about that one. And this is something that has recently come into my life like an angel from heaven. And this is the CosRx AHA/BHA Clarifying Treatment Toner. So this is a skincare product. Don't use this as makeup, but I love CosRx skincare. I've tried several things from them now. First of all, we all know Korean skincare is elite. Like, we all know that that's the best skincare, right? They know what they're doing with their skin. There's a reason K-pop idols are known for their glass skin. So, and I want that, you know? So I'm trying, but I normally use their snail mucin essence. I've been using that for 3-4 years, and I love that stuff so much. I just put it right on after toner, but before like the rest of my makeup. Or just so concerned with makeup, I guess. After toner, but before the rest of my skincare. And this is a new one that came into my life, and I actually just bought it because it was on sale on Amazon, so I didn't have like, you know, the highest hopes. Sometimes when things are on sale, they're not ideal because they're not selling well, but this actually was a diamond in the rough, and it was so good. It actually says that you're supposed to spray it on a cotton pad, but I actually just like spray it directly on my face, kind of like a mist, and then I'll go in with the essence and the rest of my skincare, and it just has been doing so well. My skin has never been smoother. It's never had, you know, like less kind of like bumps or dark spots or anything like that. It's just been the most even it's ever been with using this consistently, and I use this night and day. So I use this in the morning and at night after I wash my face, and it's just been it's just been working really well. We'll see if I rebuy it just because the normal price is a little bit pricey, especially, but honestly, I've had it for what, 2 to 3 weeks now, and I've only used that much for using it night and day. So I don't think I'll go through it super quickly, and if I only need to buy it like once every 2 months or even 3 months, I think that's an investment worth making. So starting out, this is really random, but these pens. So I am somebody who really likes, I like typing, and I'm a pretty fast typer, but especially when I have really long nails, I can't exactly type as quickly as I'd like without making a bunch of typos. So I definitely am more of like a notebook, write it down kind of person. I love writing. I love, writing everything down in journals and notebooks and just keeping track of everything that way. So I was using like these kind of glittery pens for a while, which I still do really like, but these ones have totally surpassed my expectations. I'm pretty sure I got these from Target, and these are the Bic Gelosity pens, and my absolute favorite thing about these, one, the way that they write is beautiful. The pigments of them on the paper is beautiful, and obviously they come in a variety of different colors. I'm sure they make more too, but it's just a soft tip. It's amazing, and it's also my favorite thing. It doesn't smudge when you're writing, and that is my biggest pet peeve in the world, because I'm someone who, one, likes things really neat. So if there's like a giant smudge across the page, I'm like, okay, my entire day is ruined after that, So, but I also am someone who writes really fast. Like I just tend to write really fast and try to get all my thoughts out onto paper. So when I'm writing something on one line and then I go to the next line, if it smudges, it's just a huge inconvenience. Now I have pen on the side of my hand. It just sucks, It's just not fun for anyone. So these, I don't know if they're just like quick drying or like how they work, and I don't need to know how they work. All I know is they don't smudge, and I can write as much as I want. I can go immediately with my hand over the thing that I just wrote, and it will not get on my hand. It will not transfer to my hand. It will not smudge out on the page at all. It's just perfect. All right, if you made it this far, you deserve a reward because I can really yap about stuff. We are on our last favorite now, though. So this one, I have a few different examples of it, similarly to how I did the claw clip. So I think I'm gonna start with the most basic one and go from there. You'll see what I mean after I show you. So it's these cups right here. Now, this is not technically a Stanley. I know it looks like one, and it's made to look like one basically, but it's not brand name Stanley because I do not have $50 to drop on a cup every time one launches. I love the idea though. I love how big they are and that they fit in my cup holders, like in my car, or I have a cup holder on my desk. Things like that are so ideal, and you can fill it with so much water and so much ice, and it just stays cold. I could keep it in this cup genuinely for 24 hours and it would not lose hardly any of the ice or any of the coldness. It's just so good. It's so insulated, and it just encourages me to drink a lot more, I'll say liquids, because I don't always just put straight water in here, but liquids in general. It's just super ideal. So this one is the most basic one that I have, and it's probably the one that I would say I use probably the most. It's just, a basic pink color. It's easy to just grab and go. I guess all of them are, but this one is one of the first ones I bought like this, and just fell in love with the design of it and everything. This one I believe is actually from Temu, so this is a knockoff Stanley, and I think I got this for, I'm not even kidding, $8, and it works phenomenally. So the fact that this is a fifth, almost a sixth of the price of Stanley's, and it works just as well, go pick you up some. Go pick you up a bunch of colors because can't live without them. This next one is also technically a knockoff. I got it from Amazon. This is from the brand OJ. That's pretty funny, actually. I don't put OJ in it. It has a really cool, marbly blue design. I got this one on sale as well. I do believe it's a little bit more than the Temu one, but it's Temu. What do you expect? So this one, I believe, was maybe $15. Still nowhere near the price of a regular Stanley, but works just as well. This one actually has a metal straw that it comes with, and yeah, same things I had to say about the other one. All right, this next one I had to show, you know, a real one. What would I be doing if I wasn't? So this is actually the Stanley x Starbucks collab. And this is obviously this collaboration that Stanley did with Starbucks, and they sold them at like all of the standalone Starbucks, and I believe they also did the Target Starbucks, if I'm not mistaken. And it has Stanley x Starbucks written right here, and it's a matte, like pale blue color. Stanley's done a few collaborations with Starbucks, and most of them are pretty misses for me. I just don't like the design of them. I don't like the way they look. They tried to do like this iridescent, like holographic one where it was like purple and yellow, and it just looked like so gross to me. I don't know. I just don't like it. If you have it, I'm sorry, but it just like, it wasn't hitting for me personally, because I'm much more of like a matte kind of like, I don't know. I don't necessarily like bright colors. Like, I'm not a beige mom. Don't lump me in with that. But like, just basics, more neutrals typically, you know what I'm saying? But this baby blue color was screaming my name. It's so pretty, and it's so easy to, you know, just grab like the other ones, like I said. And I like that, I don't know if you noticed, but on the other ones, the handle didn't match this, because they can't do everything the same or else they'd get sued. So this one is a little bit more, it's probably a little bit more durable, honestly, than the other ones. And it has a thicker straw, which is interesting. So I don't know. You could probably fit some boba pearls in there. Well, maybe not. You could probably fit a couple. But this one obviously was the most expensive of them all. I want to say, I think it was 50. I'm pretty sure the retail price was 50 or maybe 45. So this one obviously is more of an investment. This is one that's going to last longer, but honestly, in my opinion, I love this thing, don't get me wrong, but you can just get the cheaper ones, and they're basically the same thing, and you'll be saving so much money, and you can buy so much more. If you really want to, if you have $45 you're not doing anything with, then go buy like 7 of them from Temu or from Amazon even, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so this last one is not exactly the same, it's a little bit outside the box, but it's the same concept, so I wanted to show it. And it's this glass tumbler, which also is made like kind of in the same shape, you know, it's still made to fit like cup holders and stuff. This one actually has a little plastic like cover on it, and it has all of the measurements on the side of how many ounces you're getting, and it also has times of day, which I think is super cute. It has like AM, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11, you know, like how much water you should be drinking throughout the day. I love that on the side you can just see through it. I just think that's so cute. And then it has a little wooden lid and a perfect pink straw to match it all off. I don't believe that this is as many ounces as the other ones. I believe the Stanley and Stanley lookalikes that I have are all 60 ounces. This is only 40 ounces, so it is a little bit smaller, but it's still a ton of liquid, you know, that you're getting in the cup, and it still fits in your cup holder. And if you like glass, this is a pure glass cup, and it's just a little bit different if you don't want to have like the same cups that, you know, everybody else has, like the Stanleys and everything. And I just think that this one's one of my favorites for sure. I really like it. I think it's really different, and if you have something other than water, it's really cute to be able to like see it on the side as you're drinking it, and also just to keep track of like how much liquid you've actually drank throughout the day and like feel accomplished about it, you know? All right, guys, I have been yapping for almost an hour. That's crazy, but I hope you enjoy what I had to say, the products that I showed. I hope you enjoy seeing my face again. I am really excited to be filming again, and I have so many ideas, and I'm really excited to execute them all, and I hope that you guys are excited too, and I appreciate all of your support always. Yeah, just let me know if you have any of these products that I showed and what you think of them, or what your favorite things are right now, and I hopefully will see you guys very soon.